Geraldo has disagreed with other personalities on Fox News when it comes to war with Iran. In fact, there was a video that went viral where he is saying it's a terrible idea to escalate tensions with Iran, and Brian Kilmeade went at it with him. And now recently he was supposed to make an appearance on Hannity's show, but that appearance was canceled. And it seems like it was canceled specifically because Geraldo was gonna continue making the case that war with Iran is a bad idea. So he starts off with this tweet. Urging Donald Trump to keep his powder dry. Please don't let this spin out of control. You can always hit them back. Please don't let this become an escalating, you hit me, I hit you back harder until we have another full-blown bloody Mideast war on our hands. What would we win? And so then he ends up responding to someone who apparently liked his tweet, and he says, thanks, I'll be on with Sean Hannity tonight, counseling restraint and talking about these deeply disturbing developments. And then later he said, never mind, Hannity just canceled me. And I'd just like to end this whole exchange with Malcolm Fleschner's tweet, cancel culture strikes again. I really like that tweet. So look, before we open this up for discussion, I just want to remind you of how passionately Geraldo feels about avoiding war with Iran. This was a segment that Fox had earlier. Take a look.
Now we have taken this huge military escalation. Now I fear the worst. You're going to see the US markets go crazy today. You're going to see the price of oil spiking today. This is a very, very big deal.
And I don't know if you heard, but this isn't about his resume of blood and death. It is about what was next. We stopped the next attack.
It was preemptive.
That's what I think you're missing.
According to the Secretary of State.
And so we should allow the next attack?
By what credible source can you predict what the next Iranian move would be?
The Secretary of State and American intelligence provided that material.
Yeah, they've been excellent. They've been excellent. The US intelligence has been excellent since 2003 when we invaded Iraq, disrupted the entire region for no real reason. Don't for a minute start cheering this on. What you have done, what we have done, we have unleashed.
I will cheer it on.
We have, all right, well, you like Lindsey Graham, have never met a war you didn't like.
That is not true, and don't even say that.
If President Trump wanted de-escalation.
We should just let him kill us for another 15 years.
If President Trump wanted de-escalation and to bring our troops home, what this was a reaction to.
What about the 700 Americans that are dead? Should they not be happy?
You know,
because of him?
What about the tens of thousands of Iraqis who have died since 2003? You have to start seeing things. What the hell are we doing in Baghdad in the first place?
So
why are we there?
Why aren't these forces blaming
home?
President Bush for the maniacal
I am blaming President Bush. I am blaming President Bush in 2003 for those fake weapons of mass destruction that never existed and the con job that drove us into that war.
Listen, you got to give people credit when they're right, and Geraldo was right there. I think that he took a strong position. I also give Geraldo credit for consistently speaking out against Donald Trump's disgusting immigration policies on Fox. I'm sure that's not an easy environment to share your accurate opinions in. But yeah, so Hannity canceled. Now who knows, maybe they canceled him to maybe replace that segment with something that involves a legal analyst or, I don't know, should we give Hannity the benefit of the doubt?
Hannity did not want any of that smoke. He's like, man, I saw what you did to Kilmeade, and I don't think any more clearly than he does. His producers probably said, hey, we're gonna go ahead and cancel Geraldo because first off, Geraldo's only mistake was revealing what he wanted to do that night. When he talked to the person who retweeted him or liked it, and he goes, thanks, I'm gonna be on later to make sure I counsel against this. They're like, oh no, that's not the agenda tonight. That's not what we're on board for. Of course, yes, again, we're speculating. But I mean, if that's not the case, go ahead and let us know what the other difference was. I mean, they canceled on me tonight, so I can't come on and say what I had to say. So I mean, again, what'll happen is you end up revealing what your real intentions are and what your real beliefs are on people in the region. Like, well, 700 Americans were lost. You don't care about the Americans being lost when it comes to anything else except for pursuing war. And then, so of course, when Geraldo brings up the tens of thousands of Iraqis dying, there's no answer to that. Oh, those aren't real people? Those are casualties of war. Or when we talk about how we want to make sure we keep American troops out of harm's way, they go, hey, well, American troops, they signed up for it. They knew what they were getting themselves into. Somehow, they're when it comes to having any kind of empathy towards people, it's all based on whether or not you're following not behind this president and his line of ridiculousness. Secondly, Geraldo also used Trump's talking point about we got to get out of these stupid wars. You can't follow a guy who continues to contradict his own agenda and policies throughout his entire presidency.
Right, exactly. And look, it's hilarious to me to hear anyone on Fox News or even anyone in cable news talk about how egregious it is or how much of an injustice it is when Americans die, when in our own country, they constantly push for domestic policy that leads to more Americans dying. Totally. I mean, how many Americans die every year because they don't have adequate health insurance? And they will attack universal health care over and over again. They'll talk about how we can't afford it, we can't pay for it. When it comes to beating that war drum, by the way, which is the most expensive policy to support, they're all for it. They don't care about American lives. Americans overall, just like troops, are nothing more than pawns, nothing more than props that these lowly individuals use to make their arguments when it's convenient for them. But when push comes to shove, you think they really care about the lives of Americans? How about all those segments that Fox News has done on homeless people? Do they care about them? They defame them, they slander them as deadbeats, as druggies, as all sorts of things. They don't care about human lives. What Kilmeade cares about is appeasing Trump, making sure that Trump is happy with him, because you never know. You might lose access to Trump if you criticize him, and you might not be able to get a job in Trump's administration. We all know that Trump likes to pick people out of Fox News. Yeah. So it's gross. And this is, look, not to get too, leftist, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But that's what capitalism is. That's what capitalism does. It's all about profit. It's all about ensuring that you have the upper hand and you increase your chances of making more money, right? That's what happens in our media all the time, right?
Making money and being a tough guy. That's the other part of it. Even people who don't have the interest is for lining their pockets. It's, hey, we're tough guys, we're America. Hey, we don't let them F with us like this. Hey, you're not gonna say that to me. There's a superiority complex that we have from the moment that we're born that says we have to make sure that we talk about how much better we are than you, no matter what. You can be on the lowest totem pole in America, but you're like, I'm an American, I'm better than you. But your life actually has nothing to do with this American dream that they've sold you, that you're supposed to somehow pursue. Oh, and one more thing that they don't care about lives for is school shootings, mass shootings, concert shootings, club shootings. We don't care about that stuff. Thoughts and prayers. What bombs are we dropping on people to stop that from happening? American lives are being lost every day. We don't care about American lives.
Again, it's just something that they cite when it's convenient for them to support a policy that's horrendous, usually. And in this case, it's escalated tensions and war with Iran. So again, credit where credit is due. I think Geraldo is doing a good job. And I think that he should be proud of the fact that Hannity canceled his appearance, right? Look, I don't know what his future is gonna look like. Obviously, Shep Smith, who had the audacity to speak the truth every once in a while on Fox News, is no longer there. But we know what Fox News is. Geraldo knows what Fox News is. I don't agree with Geraldo on many issues, but if you have any integrity and you actually want to share truthful analysis with an audience, Fox News is not the place to do it. You hardly even see it on cable news shows, period, much less on Fox News.
Well, thanks for watching the Young Turks. We really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.